Hello. Good evening. How are we doing today? I'm so excited to jump into today. We're playing rather, sorry, chair squeak. We're playing Bad End Theater. I've had this game for a while and it's been sitting there like I just need to play it. um I'm gonna switch over to the gameplay screen. I am going to have to fix the actual game itself. Don't don't look at me. Don't look at the fact that I forgot to change the name of the stream. Um, I do love the Comic Sans. This is what we keep. And there we go. Now you may be wondering, wow, Ned, why didn't you have this set up before? I actually got to go to my storage today and I got to get my old wigs. Yay! Which means I made wig soup. My bathtub is full of wigs and I had to wash them all because I was worried because I heard another storage unit got filled with little mice to the point where they didn't understand that humans were bad because of the generations that had lived there did not interact with a human. So I did not want any issues with my wigs, so I decided to immediately throw them into the bathtub and make some soup. And now they sit there all in the bathtub. I know, a wonderful story. I'm very excited to get into Bad End Theater, as I said. So I'm probably just gonna jump straight into it. Today's gonna be pretty chill, and this is gonna probably be a one-off stream where I play Bad End Theater, and then the next one is gonna be Paper Mario, which, as a paper clown, I am very excited for. I'm also a big fan of the Mario series, the Paper Mario series in particular. Controversial, but I love Super Paper Mario. That was my first Paper Mario game, and I will fight people on that one. No, I won't. I understand why there's a love-hate relationship with Paper Mario, like specifically Super Paper Mario. So I won't fight people on that one. But yeah, I get it why people don't like Super Paper Mario, but I'm too attached to it to not care for it. Alrighty. I think I'm all good to go, except I forgot to grab my controller and I don't know if I need one, so I'm going to just use my keyboard. I'm going to choose English. Unfortunately, I don't speak many other languages. I know a bit of Quebecois French, which is different than France French. Um, and everyone will tell you it's different than French. For example, the swear words are actually just parts of the church. Like, when you swear in Quebec French, it's just parts of the church. Okay, so English. NAMI presents, or NAMI presents, Bad End Theater, content warning, blood, gore, and violence, strong language. So I'm just gonna enter settings music. I'm gonna go into the settings first. I always go into the settings first. Window, full screen. I'm gonna turn this up a bit. I do like fast text. I am gonna make it full screen and hope that doesn't mess up everything ever. It did! Wow, I'm learning. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's good. Don't mind me. Alrighty. Accessibility. Default or Deja Vu Sans. I'm okay with this font. But if anyone needs it, let me know and I'll change the font. Line spacing. Oh, no, no, no. Music cues on. I will be voicing it, so we'll be good to go. I'm gonna hit about. Oh, it's made of Ren'Py. I love using Ren'Py. That's really exciting. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right in it. Start. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. That's me. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. You are the human doll, or you are the demon doll. I want to be human. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. Yay, I'm friendly. How will you interact with the demon doll? I want to play nice. You try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. No! My friend! You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time try controlling the other doll. I want to control the human doll. Okay. Demon doll. Some demon time. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce looking guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? I'm gonna play nice. Yay! You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why, this isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's not suited to my theater whatsoever. Now that you know how this story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to whatever you choose during your last playthrough. Okay, that's really cool. I like that. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now try and turn the doll's behaviors on and off to see the different outcomes. Okay. I want the hostile and wicked. And I'll play the human. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy just minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon doll? Attack it. You both attack each other at once and die together. Don't you hate it when that happens? I wanna, I'm gonna do this one where I'm the demon doll and I'm going to attack the human. Okay. I'm done. I'm ready to go. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Do you understand? Now without further ado, let's start the show. I completed the tutorial and I got an achievement. Ooh, okay. Is it weird, but I'm not a fan of, playing the hero. I think that comes from Wandersong, which is a game that I will sing the praises for. I love this game so much. I actually plan to play it eventually on stream. I just gotta figure out when, because next is the 1,000-Year Door, and I know that's gonna take a long time, but Wandersong, I think, actively made me go, I never want to play the hero. Like, I'm happy to play the villain always, but I think I have to start left to right, personally. So I am going to start with the hero. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped, and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Don't you hate it when that happens? Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. I don't want to fight, but I'm assuming I have to. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. I'm covered in blood. Do I really feel stronger? After a long trek, you make it to the castle front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Dutiful or diplomatic. I'll ask if they can let me in. You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. Don't look too closely at the blood I have on me. Yeah, I forgot to wash before showing up. Please don't say anything about it. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier you haven't had a chance to wash off. Oops. I predicted it. You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. You make your way through the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing, murdering all her soldiers. You get to the point, ask where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing, wow, convincing act, but you won't be fooled. The maiden is here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. You can see only one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before the final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the catchall. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. Just as you suspected, she must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world. But what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. I failed. I don't feel good about it. That's not very good, is it? Usually when people write the word failed, that's not a good ending. But then again, this is bad end theater. I'm gonna reset the stage. So I'm actually gonna try going the diplomatic route, because I didn't realize that would be more of a choice. So I have 1 out of 41 endings. I'm the hero. I am going to skip a bit of this. Okay, and I'm gonna flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You take the chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. So this time I'm going to ask if they let you in, and because there's no blood, they should let me in, right? You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord is alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come here in forever, at least that she knows of. Aww. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. Well, the useless hero end. Ouch. Okay, reset the stage. I'm going as the hero. I'm still a swell guy apparently. And then I'm going to click, click, click. And I'm going to kill everything, unfortunately. Sorry guys. It's the ending that we need to get still. And I'm gonna cut through the demon army. Where's the maiden? She feigns ignorance. Okay. So it still is the same thing. So there seems to be two versions. So now we're going to reset the stage. I think I have to go in order from left to right. Okay, so I'm going to stay as dutiful as the hero. So the hero's going to slice things down. But I'm going to go as the maiden now. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You're told that you're fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you're a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think about how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You... Just straightening a couple things out on the professional side. This is a professional stream here. You are in church. You pray to your God, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you understand your role better if you would just hurry up and get captured already. Honestly, a mood. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon. Just, you know, see what happens. Oh, I get it. Oh, I totally get it. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. I'm going to be polite. Introduce myself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Oh, no. Consumed maiden end. Okay, reset the stage. Okay, so I'm going to play as the maiden. I am going to skip this first little bit. I'm actually going to go into the menu for a second and say... I kind of don't want it to skip just in case. I'm always afraid of this stuff. But I'm gonna skip it manually. So I'm gonna shout for a hero to come save me. You yell, but a hero does not come. And I am eaten again. Huh. Okay, reset the stage. So maybe if I switch him to diplomatic, he'll come over. Oh, I could switch on both? Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead a little. And I'm going to shout for the hero. The hero does not come. Okay. Okay, so what if I turn both of them off? Okay. I should maybe try the other ones first, because I'm not getting that far with Maiden. Okay, so I'm gonna try the underling, which I assume is the one who eats the maiden. You are a demon underling, in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're going to go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Oh no. Let me out. I want to be normal. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she's kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. Oh yeah, that happens all the time. For sure. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Disloyal or... That one's the only one that has a text above it, so... No, you're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time to change a management. Your friend suggested maybe you should be the new Overlord. You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take that day off like you wanted. You gotta start small. Always, you gotta start small. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. Aw, underling friend. I will say the music's really cute. It feels like it was made in Beatbox. Is that what it's called? Beepbox. Beepbox. And I mean that in like a nice way. I like it. I don't know if that makes sense any. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to a nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightening and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Gobble her up or tell her to quit yelling. Tell her to quit yelling. When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like your friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? If demons and humans have independent societies, shouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own language? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. Wow, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the chat. I'm playing Bad in Theater. It's really cute. I was not actually expecting for this to be Maiden Renpy. I will never guess that's true. From the bottom line, what you gather is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it'd be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Okay, what's the hint? Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disappointing her, but hope that hope the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. South? The Overlord nods and says everything is cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep wrong. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They're saying they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out, and being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, that sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Okay, let's kill the overlord. Or she's actually not so bad, you guys. I'm guessing the death one means a death. So I think I'm gonna go with, okay, let's kill the overlord. Or am I? I don't know. I kind of want to see this little guy go. Not because I want to witness death, but because it's part of the game. Can be you, laziest person on demand. Au contraire, I just get to sit at my computer all day. No, I don't. I have a real job, as in I go and work for a bit. But it feels like I sit at the computer all day. I'm going to say it's not so bad. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord really has no place in our castle, you understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up thing to do to your friend, you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Don't you hate it when that happens? Okay, so I'm going to reset the stage. I'm going to go with the underling again. And I'm going to skip the parts that I've already read. Let's not. You tell your friends you're totally not serious about the whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you have lived so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise you for your mischievous ways. And this is stuff I've also seen where I'm just rolling in the grass. I'm going to eat her. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought, and you feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you of curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. I love the image here of just a little guy standing there and stones. The people are screaming, turning away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Put on a show? That's got a little death icon. Let's do it. You attack the nearest human. He's old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Your audience screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken a revenge like this a long sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. He takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtain closes. Performer underling end. Okay. Okay, but if I make the hero diplomatic, would that happen again? At least bro was happy. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna skip this a little. I'm gonna say, let's not overthrow her. I'm gonna gobble up the maiden. And I'm gonna... Oh, it's still got a death icon, so I guess it's the same thing, where the hero still kills you. So I guess I'm gonna change my mind and leave. You figure people are this upset at just the sight of you that they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you'd commit. I do like the underling. Just a little guy. Also, they might fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You turn to the castle thinking you'll take a nap. You don't have to get to sleep long. They're stepping on you. Oh, it's time. How about we skip it instead? I guess I have to be disloyal. Okay, let's kill the overlord. You tell them you were just joking and clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of false confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. I do love the art of this game. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of reckless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance. There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on, and while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this, but you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one who assassinates the overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You sneak into the overlord's room. She's taking a nap, like usual. It's almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. I don't want to kill her. Coward. Chicken out. Or time to die. Okay, I've been getting all the deaths, so I'm gonna... Wait, I can save? Okay, chicken out. You don't want to kill her, you can't go through with it. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking exits. In a panic whisper, that you ask them to let you out. This seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty fucked up, and ask again to be let out. The overlord stirs in bed. While your head is turned, the demons shut the door. You scramble in the overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. The light flickers at your feet. Doesn't take you long to realize they've set the room on fire. Uh-oh. You hear the overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the overlord burn together. Cowardly underling ending. Okay. So, can I menu? I can load my save. So I guess time to die. You figure the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat, so you do just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you, before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You remind yourself that it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had betrayed your overlord. Lord Underling End B. Huh. So, there must be an End A. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to exit the theater. Okay. I wonder what... We got 4 out of 9 for the underling. Okay, so if I turn on polite for her... And I'm going to skip a lot here. I'm going to say let's not. Oh, she greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. I'm going to help her out. You're in a good mood today and you're rather curious what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You didn't guess it would have even been possible to understand each other before now. The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to Overlord. She sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. This is similar task. Okay. Oh, oops. This is different. After a few hours sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. Oh dear. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk! I mean, yeah. I feel bad for the little underling here. Avenge your fallen comrades or save yourself. Okay, first we're saving. I'm avenging my comrades. Who does this guy think he is, coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac? What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving a sword into the guard, who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. Like, they have their whole life, come on. You like that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for his hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there's no pain, only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your conscience fades. The hero is overtaken, your army has won. You have earned your rest. Victorious underling end. Okay. We did it. My little mouse. So I'm also going to turn that into that. I'm going to keep it as dutiful for now because still have to go to my load. There we go. Save myself. You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle, you remember your role not as an underling but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe like that. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans or demons, where you can live peacefully alone in some deep, dark forest somewhere. Deserter underling end. Huh. Poor little guy. Okay. So we have 9 endings so far, and now I want to switch it to diplomatic. Everyone's nice in my story. I haven't even touched the Overlord yet. I know I'm gonna have to soon. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna skip quite a bit here. Let's not overthrow her. Hear her out. Huh. This is strange. Because I guess it's if he's dutiful. If he's not dutiful... Okay. I guess I will try the Overlord. You're the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself that everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to a higher standard like that. Yeah, you are. One of your underlings walk into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Oh, we could be nice. Okay, I'm gonna grant them the day off. Okay. She is serving. I agree. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do so, to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. Okay, now there's going to be an attempt on me, right? You wait to a knock on your door. The underling from area brought back some company. Oh, she's so cute. I love the maiden's art. She's so cute. It's the maiden from nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient, thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. That's autistic. In a positive way. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you had never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. Oh, yay! They're gay. I'm assuming that's what this is. You wonder what to say. Tell her she better go home. Let her stay a while. Let her stay a while. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. It's called Attraction. The song is called Attraction. They're in love. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. I'm sorry, I bet the mouse gets annoying. I'm gonna try keeping it right here. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You are glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as to not agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people in my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You always thought that of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Aww. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's a hero. And I believe I made them diplomatic, so it should be okay. He was apparently searching for the maiden who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? Oh my goodness, they're all chatting. After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that the whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Aw, keep your hero, let them go. Possessive. Okay, let them go, because I know I've been previously going for, like, death, but let them go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while, until your door is slammed shut. Oh, right! The fire! Before you know it, everything around you is engulfed in flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being absurd? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe that you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. No, you'll see them in hell. No! Burned Overlord and... No. Dang it. I know it's called Bad End Theater. Like, we gotta expect the bad endings, but dang, I agree. Dang. Okay, but I want to play through a whole bunch more of that. Oh, wait. Ooh, this might be interesting. What if I do the same route, but instead of diplomatic, he's dutiful, so he's going to slaughter all the demons. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna hit skip. I'm going to do the exact same choices so that let her stay a while. The sounds of battle have started ringing through your castle halls. The maiden is getting nervous, but you reassure her it's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before a hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. The maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation. You move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle has really taken it out on you. That hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There wasn't never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing. But you are far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You've had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there's nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Wrathful Overlord End. I mean, he did deserve it. I did set him up for that, and he did deserve it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna try with the similar stuff, but... Oops. Okay, skip. I'm gonna tell him to get back to work. Give a lecture about You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castles tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fell asleep pretty quick, just another amazing talent of the overlord. Okay, the maiden's here. You thought you told the underling to do their job, not drag James around into your room. It looked like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in the guests, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. It's the maiden. I'm going to skip to the... and I'm going to say antisocial this time. You'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost. The maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you may as well go back to bed now. But you don't get to rest very long. And then the fire. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we've gotten 11 out of 41 endings. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Me when I say okay. Wow. So I'm gonna actually try to finish the underling off because it seems like I have everything I need for that. Diplomatic. Oh wait, I haven't seen the possessive ending, so I want to do that first. Okay, so I'm gonna skip most of this. I'll grant the day off because I feel bad for the underling. Let her stay a while. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You always thought that humans to be violent and reasonable. But this meeting is different. This is weird because I've seen this. Oh. Oops. I forgot to change him to... Hello. Welcome to the chat. Okay. I'm playing Bad End Theater. Don't mind me. Grant them the day off. Let her stay for a little while. Okay, keep her here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The maiden assures you she will be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step towards the maiden, and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Selfish overlord end. Okay. So, exit the theater. I have a pretty... Oh, congrats on finishing D&D today. Oops, I meant to hit reset the stage, not exit. Okay, I have another idea of how to do this. So I'm gonna make him a coward as well. Why does it keep turning that on? Stop it. So I'm gonna turn on diplomatic, polite, and those three, and then overlord. Grant the day off, sure. Ah, you're awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wishes to speak with you. He inquires about a maiden who is rumored to be here, but you've never seen her. Humans don't visit often, or ever really. Oh, oopsie. I forgot to turn off hungry on the underling. That maiden's dead. Because she comes across the underling, and the underling kills her. Oopsie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little maiden. That wasn't very nice of me. Just a little burger. As the hero takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you there. Heroes traditionally kill demons. This guy seemed like he was bad at his job in your opinion. Whatever, you're still feeling sleepy, so you go back to your nap. You drift in and out of sleep. You feel uneasy, but aren't sure why. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. What? Oh, right. Oopsie. Me when I get the exact same one because I'm not thinking. I love the style of this game in general. Can you tell? That's actually really funny. I will tell you something very funny. I have the mod. I had the auto mod pop up because it flagged that I hope you die, because it thought you were threatening me, and so I let it by because I know you're making a reference. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just switching some panels around on my Switch. I'm using a PC. I had a meeting today with people who don't know Splatoon, and I explained to them how Splatoon works, and I had to repeatedly tell them I used the blob lobber in Splatoon, and I was super embarrassed with it, because I'm just like, can you say that, oh, I made the blob lobber with a straight face? Like, ouch. So I'm gonna do that one again though, and I'm going to use diplomatic, polite, turn off hungry. I'm gonna turn off coward too, so that he'll attack me later. Yeah, can you imagine like having a chat with academic people and being like, yeah, I play the sploosher. Like, it's it's a little silly. This sploosh splosh. Yeah, I play the Splatomatic. So I'm guaranteeing the day off. Let her stay for a little while. And let them go. You almost fall asleep when the maiden and hero based in your room frantically trying to communicate something to you. Oh, this is new! Oh, can't relate. I play the Hydra. Yeah. That sounds at least half normal. You told that a group of demons is plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice of the humans to care, though. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was that first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell for all of them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take over your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice to punish everyone to keep you all in your place. Crunch beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very overlord-like. You're not sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. A group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A and suddenly slam your door shut. Uh-oh. Because they set fires. A tasty treat. What would the tasty treat be? Burnt Overlord? Because that's where we're going, I think. In an instant, the whole room is aflames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. Creme brulee, yeah. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you'll die, burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? That's true. Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice you've grabbed the underlings those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into this plot knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cried that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Okay, I'm gonna do a funny little thing called save. I love this art. This is beautiful. I'm first gonna go for the death ending, just because that will be shorter and I'm curious. You pierce their chest with your claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He is wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging, thrusting your claws into them. This doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Spiteful Overlord end. Okay. Reset the stage. Menu. We're going to my load, and we're going to instead forgive. You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. True. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You all burn together. Great. Overlord's true end? What? No. No, it can't be. No. I don't like that. Before you're taken back to reset the story, once again you pause for a moment. That's me. True end? No, it's calling me out now. Oh, I enjoy this game. Okay. I'm not sad anymore. I'm happy. This is cool. You say to yourself, what was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is Bad End Theater. Oh, Your Tragedy is the name of this song. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you've been shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theater, my lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyways, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Okay. So let's see the endings I've gotten. So I've gotten 5 out of 10 endings for the Overlord. Okay, so there's an ending for Tyrant, Hungry, and Dutiful. So I guess I'll go that way next. Oh my goodness, I'm so curious about this, but I'm assuming it's got something to do with the hero that we haven't unlocked. So, Hungry and Dutiful. Hungry. Turn off Disloyal. And Dutiful. And there we go. To the Overlord. Wait, I was supposed to Tyrant. Yeah. You wake to a huge commotion outside. A hero showed up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out to the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding capture. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he's grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. With a decisive swing, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. Aww, you fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You'd wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you never suited to be the Overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are the thoughts that as you are swallowed by darkness. Okay. Um, I see yet another message you've tried to send into chat. um, just be a little bit more careful, okay? I have it for a valid reason. I'm scared of people. I will forgive that. There we go. The thing was directed towards the Overlord. I am assuming? Or the hero. Conquered Overlord end. Okay. Reset the stage. Okay, is there any more I could do for the bad ends? For the Overlord. Okay, so Overlord awakens, coward, disloyal. Oh, so we haven't gone through the character being killed by the minion. Okay. True end. That's so interesting that there's quote-unquote true ends. We love pain and suffering and agony and pain. That's what this game's all about. So I'm going to turn all these off just so I can relax. So we're going to do... We're going to do a hungry and coward. Right? Hungry... He also has to be disloyal. Yeah. Oh. Hungry and disloyal. Okay. Hungry and disloyal. And I'm gonna skip this. It doesn't really matter what I do. I'll grant them the day off though. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. No, sorry. The freaking skip from you grant one of your underlings day off. Your underling is tearing your throat out. So the throw around there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, hungry. No, this is disloyal. So between this and that, what I skipped was actually the conversation they had where with the underling had with other underlings about overthrowing and then all that stuff. You try to struggle, but you could tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You remember now, you gave this one a day off, and this is how it repays you? You'll die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Maybe they should have gone to a pizza party? Oh, that's very true. They should have gone to, there's this place called, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. They should have gone there. I know, I'm full of humor and funniness. Yeah, they should have gone to Freddy Fazbear. They should have gone to the Fazbear and gotten a pizza at Freddy Fazbear's pizza place. I am a fan of FNAF. I know how it's actually pronounced. Freddy Fiber? Oh my goodness, I think I had one of those this morning. Okay. Let's see. So I got that bed in. There's one more attribute, that the hero has to have that hasn't gotten it yet. Okay, so let's look at the other ones. Hero begins story. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of ones over here that are unlocked by the demon being antisocial. Okay. Oh, this is all very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the hero stuff. Because the Overlord seems to need a lot of unlocking to get certain endings. Oh wait, but there's one over here that might be interesting. Diplomatic, possessive. So I guess I'll get that one. So don't be hungry. Diplomatic and possessive. I'm just gonna go over here and check I got that right. Bring maiden to the castle. Okay. We good. We demon underling. I am going to skip this again. I apologize. Whee! She's surprisingly cool fit. Nice. You set your adventure outside the castle. Hear her out. They seem to be getting along just fine, so he decides it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. I'm going to skip a bit, and I'm going to hit disloyal. Totally fine with it. They say you're always terrible at jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the overlord, you know, it's bad to get on this side of things. Ah, there we go. You sneak up to the overlord's room, but there's a couple of humans in there. You watch the scene unfold. You aren't sure why, but the overlord is suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the maiden you brought to her earlier. With the overlord distracted, you figure this is a good chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. Oh no. No. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The maiden muttered something from the corner. Thank you for saving me. It wasn't your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. I love the underling. It just, like, you know when you're just like, I guess it's time to throw over the overlord, and then this little guy in the corner's like, you saved me, and it's like, sure, I guess. You tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. She follows your advice and leaves the castle. Your castle. You are the new overlord. Heroic underling end. Okay. Reset the stage. It's my city now. Wow, so we've only gotten one ending for the maiden. So it might be best to play one of these two. Can you tell I like bad guys? Just a little, like the quote-unquote bad guys. Okay, so let's try the hero, because I like the maiden a lot too, so I want to get through the hero first. So we're gonna try antisocial. So that's the only need we need, right? Wait, if the maiden doesn't have certain qualities, then I can't get certain endings, can I? So I guess I'll try hero finds the maiden overlord is upset. Okay, dutiful. Sorry, I'm just going through all these. Okay, so there's this one ending. Diplomatic, everything's fine, and then possessive. So possessive, I'm gonna turn all these other ones off. I'm the hero. Hit DreamWorks movie. Flee like a coward. Ask if they'll let you in. Overlord and maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprising confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Oh no! Let's save here. I'm first gonna destroy the overlord. Wasn't my first intention going in, but hey, it'd be like that. Also, I hit the angry key. Sorry for the flash. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil overlord. She screams and falls silent. The overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Don't you hate it when you're gay and then the hero comes along and kills the person you were going to fall in love with? Okay, reset the stage. So... Oh, so now he has a new one, heroic. Okay. So we got that one. So this is the one that we got. Oh, I wanted to, oops. I wanted to reload. I forgot already. This is my attention span. Ask the maiden what's going on. The maiden explains that she was never actually captured and that she came here on her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you to reassure everyone of her safety. Oh, but the Overlord objects to this, and the maiden tries to tell her that she'll come right back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like this. You tell the Overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll have to assume she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. The Overlord pauses before suddenly jumping you. You are helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You came all this way only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Naive heater ending. Okay, but what if she's not possessive? Let's go. Flee. Oh wait, I think I forgot to do something, so they're not gonna... Oh, there we go. Ask the maiden what's going on. Ask her to return to town. Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation with the maiden, but she seems pretty quiet since leaving Overlord's room. Is she shy? Hello! Overboard. It'd be like that. Welcome to the chat. She suddenly stops in her tracks and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. The Overlord Castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but... She suddenly takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in, and you follow to try and stop her. Yep, that's basically what's going on here. The smoke is so thick, you already lost sight of her. What was she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone in the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No, going in there would be suicide. You'll return to your villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander, hero, and B. Me. Okay. I'm sorry, I keep going back over here. Welcome to the Paper Circus. Yippee. So if I go dutiful... So, like, I'm getting to the point where I have to do the maiden's roots. Excuse me, there we go. So, what haven't I seen? Dutiful and heroic. So I guess I'll go down that path first, or... Okay. So the most important thing seems to be that she has to be antisocial. And I'm gonna do this and go as the maiden. I'm mostly going to skip stuff. I apologize. Introduce yourself. The demon doesn't seem to be really listening to you, which is irritating. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. A long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. They explain why you come. She squints at you. Turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You asked the Overlord what you should be what should you do. I'm gonna try that again. You asked the Overlord what you should do to be more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite to you. James Bonk. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude, you just got here. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna save. And I'm going to refuse to leave. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but it doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize they may not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villagers. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that must be why you never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you could thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You always thought that demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were trying to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. They're both in love! Yay! As you think that the hero enters the room. No! The hero suddenly dashes toward the Overlord, sword drawn. Okay. Let's save. Protect her. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny you think. You could imagine this would be the way that you died. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Sacrificial Maiden ending. So let's reset the stage. I'm first gonna load the do nothing ending. Do nothing. The hero blade pierces the Overlord, and she lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The Overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of his enemies. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle, and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Complacent Maiden end. Okay, reset the stage, and we're gonna go to the obey version. So I'm gonna load, and I'm gonna obey her. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle's right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demon. What nerve! You're very upset that the so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them the story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice the look of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. No! The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? No! Run, maiden, run! Everyone begins speculating what might have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the overlord of your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demon, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatreds of things they never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. No! You are seized by the crowds, and voices from all sides are calling for a public execution. You're to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide this truth? You don't like the thought of that. You've always lived honestly. So why has this happened? Why are you being punished? No! You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so, so sorry. Executed maiden end. Okay, but the good news, that wasn't the true end. Okay, so let's see the other endings. So, stays with the overlord. So I have to turn off... Oh, I have to turn on diplomatic. Okay. 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 Just double checking. It's gotta be diplomatic. Okay. And I will turn on disloyal for this one. As you think that the hero enters the room, you're surprised to see him at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you never were you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that the whole misunderstanding hasn't led to any horrible consequences. Wouldn't you hate if that happened? You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone news of your safety. The overlord allows you to leave, give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. Near the castle entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assaulting the overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off with less of them. This isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. So now or never, you take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognize from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised that they're a part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You are relieved when the overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think she is very overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that might be jinxing it because the room is engulfed in flames. If only you ignored those demons before, you and the hero would not have stumbled into this situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left as you were told, only the overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The overlord oops, I didn't mean to press that. Let's go back to the log. seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The overlord claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's nothing saving any of you now. You, the overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Devout maiden ending. Okay. And then I assume... So, we got that one. The merciful is the one that we need. Merciful. Diplomatic, polite. Yeah, so we're just gonna speed through this. Introduce myself. The overlord spares the underling. The whiplash between, like, hi, I'm the maiden, to this gets me every time. It's wonderful. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Maiden's true end. Ooh. A choice. I'm gonna keep collecting bad endings for now because I don't want to miss out on the rest of them. I am that person, unfortunately. Okay, so... Diplomatic, possessive. Okay. Okay, so let's just skip all this, introduce myself. The overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her to plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous. The hero puts on a brave face for you. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The overlord suddenly jumps the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches you in your throat. You watch, because you can't look away. Has she been really lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into the corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the overlord is a horrible way like this. It was your destiny, after all. But the overlord stops, or rather someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream before doesn't stop you this time. The overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize them, but it's hard to tell with all the blood. Everyone stop moving now. The room is silent, save for underlings' heavy breathing. You thank them for what they've done, even though it was awful. You feel as you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused for a moment, but then puff out their chest. You should probably go home. This place is dangerous. You follow their advice and make your way out of the castle. You decide to never leave home again for the rest of your life. Escaped Maiden NB. Okay. So now if we do that one, but the little guy isn't disloyal. Introduce yourself. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the overlord now. Captured Maiden and A. Okay, so we got 27 of them. So I assume all 4 of them are supposed to have 4 traits each. This game is really, really interesting. The fact that this was made in Ren'Py. What's this? Keep collecting bad endings. Okay, so that's good to know. If I ever want to look at that part, I can go there. So I guess it's time to go into the hero. Is there any new things I could do? Okay. Antisocial and obedient. Antisocial, turn these off, and obedient. Okay, I haven't done the hero in a while, so. I'm gonna flee. You spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is, like, right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never actually had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Ooh. She can't be trusted. You aren't sure you should listen to this maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about all this, but she gets very upset that you think that she would lie to you. She storms off before you can get anything else. You decide to return to your village, certain that she must have been kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue. Glad that took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Job well done today, you think to yourself. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as the flame consumed the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. She seemed nice, though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. You decide to call it a day and return to your house. You can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Spectator, hero, and A. Okay, reset the stage. Obedient and antisocial still. We're going this way. Flee. And I'm gonna trust her. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel like you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They have all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look for you for your explanation. You politely inform them that this isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or any of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being settled on how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking about what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town elder's voice breaks out of your thoughts. Me when Hero Doom approaches. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figured that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave this maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting it for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already, but this doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel that these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her and talk to the demons in order to clear up the misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. There it becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into the demon's territory. Evil Misama? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she stops in her tracks. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You've only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now. You think of turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on that chance? Your legs feel heavy. No, going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Oh, because I got ending B before. So that was A for that one. So now he can be trusting. That's great. We almost got all the attributes, so we can almost get all the endings. Okay, so wait. Let's go. Okay, so we can do dutiful and wait. Diplomatic and heroic, and allow the maiden stay in chat. Okay. Diplomatic and heroic. Grant them the day off, might as well. Let her stay a while. He just suddenly strikes, cutting through you with his blade. He didn't even hesitate. Ah, you've gone soft. How could you have let your guard down like that? How unfair, after all you've done to avoid this outcome. Again, you can stay for a bit. You have been sliced open. You can't outrun your destiny. The hero always slays the overlord. You should never have trusted a human. You watch as the hero escorts the maiden out of your castle. Captured by a demon. At least she got what she came here for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Slain overlord end. Okay. So that's that one. And then we just need her to be a martyr instead. And we kind of saw earlier what this is going to be. Grant them a day off, let her stay a while. He makes his move, and the maiden makes hers. She used her own body to shield you from the hero's blade. Why? Why has this happened? The maiden falls to the floor lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. The hero has taken something precious from this world. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been satiated. You go on to destroy them all, and become ruler of the entire world. Vengeful Overlord NB. Nice. Okay. So we have almost all the Overlord endings, which is the only one I haven't done. Okay. So we want this one. So we don't want Hungy. Arlen tells the maiden go home. Okay. So we need you to be trusting. We don't need you to be anything in particular. We need you to be disloyal. Right? Is that what I'm getting? And I need to be antisocial. Okay. We got this. This is so... I'm trying so hard with this game. I want to figure out all the endings. Disloyal, interesting. Okay. Overlord. Skip. Grant the day off. Tell her she better go home. But the maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want to leave in case something bad happens. This whole situation is asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. Oh, I didn't want that, did I? Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go... I'm gonna go back to the menu. Well, I guess I'll just die. Oh. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero knows he's already... This is one of your underlings. The maiden screams. The servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Don't you hate it? Why has this happened to you? You have been slain by your own underling. Betrayed Overlord NB. A letter flies down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter 4. Okay. Reset the stage. So wait, does that mean... Okay, so I've done all the Overlord endings. Okay. Oh, well, I gotta read the lost letters in order. I can't... Okay. So, let me try going down this route. right in the middle here, and then I'm going to try to get to this area. Wait, what did that bottom text say? Everything you've done has only hurt them more. I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel that bad about it because, like, I'm more interested in how the story shifts and stuff. Like, I will admit, I feel a little bit bad, but, like, I'm more interested in how the story and the puzzle is working right now. Ugh. Okay, so we're gonna try the underling. So, underling brings maiden back to the castle. Antisocial, obedient, and trusting. Okay. Obedient. Okay. And antisocial. There we go. Skip. Tell her to quit yelling. And I have to be disloyal or else I'll die here. You and your friends turn to notice the maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. Oh no! It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. Okay, so we'll take over the save again. So I'm going to use the maiden for killing practice. This is just the way it has to be, you declare, before jumping her and clawing her guts out. Turns out you already are an expert at ending lives. Your friends call you a show-off. You go back into the castle to wash off all the icky human blood. As you finish up, you hear sounds of battle outside. The heroes come. Seeing the dead maiden must have made him pretty angry. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and the hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You have to carry out the assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but doesn't make a difference. Anyone who manages to survive comes crawling out of their hiding places. You're a new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they'll one day betray you, as you betrayed your overlord. Lord, Underling, and A. So that was that way to the Lord. I'm probably gonna have to play the maiden again. Or I guess I could. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure this all out. So we have the underling, but the maiden needs another thing. So I think the path I need to go down is this one right here. Diplomatic and then disloyal. Okay. So I think we turn off these. Hero. Flee. Be diplomatic. Ask the maiden what's going on. She came out of her own volition. Pretty dangerous thing you've heard to do. You ask her to return to town with you. Till you leave, you pause, you hear a group of suspicious demons standing near the entrance. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. Can you imagine, like, sitting there and hearing one person say, like, a bad thing and assuming all of that group, like, what? I don't get the hero's logic. Heroes got bad logic. And those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off to the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room. The maiden frankly tries to communicate what you just overheard. The demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by the group of the entrance, who shifts the blame back onto the little one. These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? You begin shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves into noise until the Overlord allows for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. You grip your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here to get this maiden to safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt of the litter behind. Glance around for another exit, but there isn't one, and you have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? The underling pounces on the door, upset that it's been betrayed. By the way, the demonic magic is gasoline. You join it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the Overlord has taken hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. Thrusts her claws into the underling's chest, and it lets out a horrible scream. You back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. She continues to dig and twist her claws into his limp body. You can no longer watch. You look at the maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. To have faith at a time like this, you envy her. The two of you, the Overlord and the underling's corpse, are all consumed by flames. Resigned hero end. Okay, and then reset the stage, and we're just gonna make her merciful. She can kill it as retribution and continues to cry and make excuses, but the Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? You guess it doesn't matter now. You'll all burn together. Hero's true end. No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it yourself, though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair, or... Thanks, narrator. I'm getting there. So we got 8 out of 11 for both of the hero and the maiden, and 7 out of 9 for the underling, but I can't do anything about the underling. Okay. Oh, but I didn't go back and do, did I do capture? I don't think I did. Yeah. I'm gonna try tossing her in the dungeon. You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty save for the decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. The maiden's very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue scheming with your friends. But now a hero has arrived at the front gates. He's asking about a maiden, perhaps the very one you just locked up. The gatekeeper, who must have seen everything, tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot, you think. Why give a hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, prepare to face justice, and other hero lines. Before driving a sword into the gatekeeper's torso. You're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword. You get to thinking, if this hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and hero locked in battle. They've warned each other down, making this very easy for you to do. Once the opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel? Don't respond. You need to carry out the assassination. What a cheap victory. So, I did do the capture, didn't I? So those two endings are over there. So... So I guess I gotta do this from her perspective, where antisocial, maiden chooses to leave when told. Okay, and then trusting. So we need him to be trusting. It doesn't say anything for the underling on that one. Okay. Oh, disloyal. I already forgot what I was gonna do. Obey her. Right. They trust. He's very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. Two of you returned to the village, hoping to communicate this to everyone. They all have been so worried and are very glad to have the hero brought you back. Quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers seem confused and look at the hero for an explanation. He tells... I just noticed, is that a belt on him? Like, it could very well be goggles, but does he just wear a belt on his head? He tells them he only ran into you on his way to the castle and that this isn't really his story to tell. You explain to them how you met the Overlord and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens, other mean things like that. The villagers look again to the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed that they seem to prefer his word over yours, but you don't say anything about it. No, that's just how it works in society. It sucks. I get it, man. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demon himself, just to make absolutely sure. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown. You're pretty shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. Old man implores the hero go speak with the Overlord immediately. He says you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. No, because of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village would be slaughtered by monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. If you're going to end up held captive by anyone, it's going to be the Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Okay, so I'm going to save here. There we go. Return. I'm going to first leave on my own, which is going to get me killed. You can prove yourself without anyone's help. You make a run for the Overlord's castle, leaving the hero behind. Suspicious group of demons stand just outside the entrance. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. They immediately notice you overheard them. The underling you recognize from before is the first to do something about it. That's just the way it has to be. They suddenly attack you. In that moment, you regret having ever trusted the demons. You die instantly. Slaughtered maiden end. That was very, very sudden. Puppet Masker unlocked all the actors' behaviors. Okay, good. So we're gonna play this one. Introduce myself. Obey her. Oh, I want to grab the hero and run though. No, I want to leave on my own again because I want to get the captor. They immediately notice, cry out, but the demon ignore your protests. You can't believe you escaped possibly being thrown in a cell back in your village, only to be tossed in this awful place. This is terrible. Who's going to keep those demons from harming the Overlord? You hope she can fend for herself. You sure can't. You hear the sounds of a battle echoing through the halls outside. Did the hero follow you? If he's out there, your cries won't reach him. After a while, the violence seems to die down. It's impossible to tell what happened. You continue to wait, but no one comes from you. Unable to escape, you rot in that cell. Imprisoned maiden end. Okay, so I should have one more for the maiden. Yeah. And that is... return to see the Overlord alone. But I guess I make him not disloyal? Okay. So, be nothing. Introduce. Obey her. Leave on your own. You can prove yourself without anyone's help. But as you get closer, you start to notice a tower of black smoke darkening the beautiful blue sky. The castle is engulfed in flames. What in God's name could have happened? You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fist against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you've forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. A hero, you say? It sounds like I need to get the hero in here. We could totally do that, right? We better. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't gotten much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. But the fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord? If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Selfless Maiden End A. A letter fluttered down from beyond the curtain. Lost letter 2. Okay. So underling is pretty easy because I need the resolute. Okay. So I need to be disloyal, antisocial, obedient, trusting. Resolute. Okay. Hear her out. Okay, let's kill the Overlord. You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans have overheard your entire conversation. Don't you hate it when that happens? They take you off into the castle. As they're heading to... Are they heading to the Overlord room? Fuck! The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the maiden's already frantically telling the Overlord everything. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up, except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea, and that they were just going to go with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. They all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear the traitorous friends mutter something about going back on Plan A when suddenly the door slams shut. You're trapped in here, with the Overlord and 2 humans, and the room bursts into flames. You pound on the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You'd wish he'd get that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you sided with her. The Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least she made it quick. Traitor underling end. I gotta say the fire is beautiful. Okay, and then the other ending for the underling would be if she's merciful, which we know is the true ending. To your surprise, the Overlord spares you, or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead. Looking around, you're just gone from one dead end to another. The maiden is crying, the hero is silent. You all burn together. Underling's true end. A letter fluttered down from beyond the curtain. Lost letter number 3. Okay, so I just have the hero to do. And he's got 3 endings. So I've gotten the true end with... So it does seem that I have to slay things. Okay, so I will turn on the martyr. Does she need to be anything in particular? Okay. I think that's it for in terms of like things I need to turn on or off. Because the 2 endings are just... I apologize or not. Slaughter. Kill. The maid is being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected. But for some reason you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. Oops, I didn't mean to skip that. This is no time to hesitate, and I'll save right here. Destroy the Overlord, I guess. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil overlord, but your blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The overlord wails, "Why did you do that?" You're not sure if the question is directed at you. The overlord strikes at you in a vengeful rage. You parry, and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. It better feel heavy. You just killed some lesbians. You look at your hands, your clothes, blood, so much blood. You look at the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape, begin your long journey back to town. You'll say you were too late. There was nothing to be done for the girl, but the overlord is slain. There will be a celebration. Loyal hero end. Reset the stage. And then instead I'm going to go to the menu. And I'm going to load this one. And ask the maiden what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitantly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The overlord moves past you and out the door. To see her army in lifeless bloody piles. She's wailing, it's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Okay. I will save here as well. Stab the overlord, I guess. You lunge forward and put an end to this evil overlord. But your blade pierces the maiden instead. Wait. Okay. So... Okay, it's just this one up here, so I just gotta say sorry. Sorgi accident killed... Sorgi accident that killed everyone. Sorry about that. Sorgi accident. Why are you bleeding? This is all just a misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try, but the overlord's inconsolable. I mean, why shouldn't she be? She tears you apart, and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserved this. Yeah. Tragic hero end. Okay. One more ending. The hero. Okay, so... Antisocial. Obedient. Trusting. Disloyal captor. Okay, she has to be obedient. She has to be antisocial. Right? Am I getting that all right? Antisocial, obedient. Trusting. I have to be trusting. I'm gonna turn that on just in case. Skip. I forget what I need to do. I think it doesn't matter. Trusting. Oh, okay. That was an ending I already got. So what am I doing wrong? Obedient. Trusting. Oh, disloyal and captor. Okay. When you reach the gates, you ask the demons if they've seen a maiden. They have. They inform you she's being held in a dungeon at the moment. She trusts them, and in return, they lock her up. So demons are truly evil beings, after all. You demand that they take you to her, but they do not let you pass. You should have expected as much from these unreasonable creatures. You know what you must do. You thrust your blade through the demon before you and rush into the castle alone. You're the only one who can save the maiden now. What the fuck are you doing? Killing all my soldiers. The overlord is angry. You vow to exterminate her and all of demonkind. You clash again and again, but the overlord isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low health when everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end. Unlucky hero end. A letter flows down from beyond the curtain. Lost letter number 1. Reset the stage. So I'm now going to read the lost letters. So lost letter 1, Oh, I want to read the bottom text. Congratulations, you explored every path I had to offer. Thanks for playing. Aww. So we're gonna do Lost Letter 1. Disloyal. Yeah, I did totally forget the disloyal captor when I was first playing, but I put it in here, so I finished it. I got all the endings. Thank you for looking out for me. I really appreciate it. Waka is bad at puzzle games, and yet it only came in for me after I got through the ending. Sorry. Okay. Okay. First Lost Sweater. My love. It isn't just fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this, it's unreasonable, cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow, so I decided to write, and I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more. And then maybe we could write a story together. I'll be waiting for that day. Forever yours, Tragedy. My love, I finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right. I opened up my very own theater. You would be so proud if you could only see it. I know how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. I'm sorry for going ahead without you, but I thought if my theater could become world famous, then maybe you just might hear of it, wherever you are. Forever yours, Tragedy. Is this a comedy? My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't been exactly kind, but I can understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you've always listened to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. And then the last letter. Ooh. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts, one I was quite proud of, in fact. As I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor fools have to die? You were so rude. You wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet you managed to convince me. It really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic that felt. I look back fondly on the day, even now. I wonder if somewhere you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. So we have one last thing to see, and that's this thing over here. It can't end like this. You want to answer the maiden's prayers. You've decided to find a way to save everyone. But retracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you could do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? That there's nothing you could do by acting from within their story. Maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. Ooh. Oh, this is so cool. Me when I'm on fire. You are the hero on fire. The hero is burning. Choose another role. A maiden. The maiden is burning. Choose another role. Oh, the underling is burning. Choose another role. The overlord is burning. Choose another role. Okay. You are, I don't know. Ooh, you boldly, oh, it's a self-insert. I'm a self-insert now, guys. The clown joins the party. You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. You didn't know you could do that, but what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are you. But why are you pitch black? You feel that this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you move past it. Yeah, I am quite colorful. The hero, maiden, underling, and overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? I'm saving. You are you? I've come to save you. You explain to the group that you've witnessed their many terrible intertwining fates, and now you're searching for a good ending. Of course, this makes no sense to any of them. Only the maiden understands your compassion. My prayers have been answered. You must be her god? No, you're merely the player. If there was any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. You realize what the real true ending must be. Uh-oh. My tragedy. Now, enough of this. I mean, I've been encountering you all along, but a self-insert story? How passé. Oh, this is wonderful. I love this. Oh, jeez. You've watched helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe you're the only one who could force your way onto this stage, did you? I'm the narrator storyteller, god of this world. Call me tragedy if you like. Darkness envelops your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? No. You are alone in the darkness with me, tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. It's quite disrespectful. Saving again. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. I think I hit the I'm tired of I want to see something new. Are you trying to say my bad endings have gone out of style? You have some nerves. You think defeating me might be the only way to see a better ending. It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you got. Time to fight God. Oh my goodness. The stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight about tragedy itself? I'd love to see it. Oh jeez, save. Okay, attack? You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world after all. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that. Wait, let me try that again. Defend. You try closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are. Ooh, how pretty! And it goes off the curtains. Behold my beautiful tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You witnessed all 41 of my painstakingly crafted endings. You must be as much as a masochist as me. We don't talk about that. I commend your thoroughness. Surely these characters have a special place in your heart. They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. I can summon them! Summon. You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon, you're... How do you explain the way the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's doing. Oh, this? I craft all my hero gear. He sends his pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero. Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. You remember to state your body, and yes, some clothes would do from the hero should be nice. He's so overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too godly for the other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate. I can make a living as a tailor rather than a hero? Please tell me what I could do to reach that dream. The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one who's been killing us, murderer. I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. I'm fine. I'm gonna summon more people. I love the maiden. Give me the maiden. You happen to find the maiden as she exits the church, her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity. Then perhaps you might be a demon? I was hoping I'd meet one today. You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She's the catalyst of the story after all. My role as the maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown quite tired of waiting. Gotti, yes, he is wearing a belt on his head. It is driving me crazy. It makes me happy, but also I'm like, how do you have worse fashion sense than me? You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, and so you asked what it is that she's really hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true end for this meeting suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. If there's something I could do to find fulfillment, then please guide me. The maiden will fight alongside you. What is that horrible creature? You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. I'm fine. I'm sorry, I gotta summon all of them. You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty, as you expected. They call out to you. The other demon guard is sound asleep. Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want? You explain that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. You've come to tell the underling you've come to save them from tragedy. Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job. The underling snickers. Yes, what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on. You think of the underling's friends who have bullied him into an assassination plot only to betray them in the end. If they keep better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true end for the underling suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate. So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but okay. But I'll tag along with you just in case. The underling will now fight alongside you. Oh, look at that little guy. Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle. An underling, you must be desperate to call in such an unreliable ally. Huh, if I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over. Oh, but it wouldn't be that easy. Terrible fate. Give me the Overlord. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the walls. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? They explain that no, you're not here to serve her. It's more like you came to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Many of my underlings certainly think that I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting into some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true end for this Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well, I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you. Yay, I see, so this is tragedy. Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. Haha, I hope you're prepared to face your death as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Haha, now the whole party's here. Can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open their path to the true ending? Show me. Maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness. So naive, I'll balance your clemency with my kindness with my cruelty. Hope? Our true endings do exist, they simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling! Okay. Willpower. Your reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give in. The hero uses willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Okay. Tenacity. Knock me down, I'll just come back stronger. The underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. And then ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. You unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all. Yay! Ha ha ha, you've done it. You've managed to defeat me. A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for filling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, overlord. Wait, I love the fact that it's starring hero as himself, starring maiden as herself, starring underling as themselves, and starring overlord as herself. Enough of this nonsense. We just defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Written and produced by Tragedy. Finally, thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Directed by me. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I apologize for antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it, I wonder? I can't save. No. Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending. Aww. Oh, and oh, he's tailoring. He's a little tailor now. I hope that the maiden and the overlord ended up. Oh, he's a fashion model. Oh, it's the both of them. I'm trying not to speak over the oh, they're in love. Wow, this was really good. Wow. Oh, I was comedy. Oh, that's sweet. Something's missing. There we go. Oh, you're still here? The curtain has closed for the final time. I'm shutting down my theater. There are no more tragedies left for me to tell after all. There is one more. Me? You'd like to know why I started this theater? Haha, because I'm obsessed with bad endings, of course. There, song. Remove the mask. You gently raise your fingers to the cracks of my mask. Piece by piece, it falls apart into your hands, revealing. I should have warned you, this might affect what you think of my stories. You can't help but compare my face to the maiden's. I'm not her, but it's not like she isn't me necessarily. That's how it is with fiction. Very, very true. Very, very true. I find a lot of my characters and my stories are just based off things I've experienced. It's hard not to. Would you like to hear not another ending, but the truth? Tell me. Alright, one last story. You may already know this, but it doesn't have a happy ending. First, I'll set the stage. In this world, there are no such things as demons, or heroes, or even heroes, really. There was a girl eager to set out to fulfill some sort of destiny. That part was true. She met someone, another girl. Haha, a running theme, isn't it? The maiden and the overlord. The two were inseparable, and for a time everything was just wonderful. But their families, the communities they came from, neither could approve of their relationship. That is the reality for many. This pair was no different. Despite their best efforts, their world was intent on pulling them apart. We used to like all types of stories where love stuttering. We used to like the types of stories where love conquered all. Where the strength of your love will pull you through any hardship, and everything is okay in the end. I lost her, and then I started this theater. But this story does have a happy ending. Yay! Yay! I was hoping to find you. It's you. It's been so long. I thought I'd never see you again. You always think of the worst endings. I wasn't about to give up just because things got difficult. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner? I feel like such a fool. I could say the same to you. You knew I could never resist giving your stories a happy ending, so of course I would be drawn to a place like this. Yes, but I didn't think it would actually work. Ha ha ha. Sometimes everything does turn out okay in the end. Thanks for reminding me of that. I love you. I love you too. Now truly everyone can live happy ever after. Tragedies end. Wow. What a wonderful little game. Oh, it's closed. Can I go in still? There's nothing more to see, my love, but if you'd like to reset, if you really want to experience everything all over again, I'm happy to oblige. Shall we begin the resetting process? No. You're so fickle. Let me know if you change your mind. Wow. That was a wonderful little game. I'm very glad. I had this saved for a while in my I have a folder of games to stream or to play live. This was up there. It was really, really good. I'm glad I saved it. Okay. I think that's gonna be mostly it from me. I'm gonna switch over to here. Thank you so much for joining me on that little adventure. This was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go cry about this this game now. That was a lovely little story. Felt not predictable. Like, I could see now that the maiden does make sense for the tragedy there. Oh, they're just little guys. They were in love. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. I had a lot of fun. I really appreciate y'all joining me on this little adventure. I'm probably gonna head off now. Thanks for sticking around and discovering that these lesbians suffered a lot. That's basically the story. Okay. I hope you have a good evening. And fun fact, I don't know how to raid people, so I kind of just stop the stream. Because I don't know how to be like, go do thing. So go raid someone yourself, or go and enjoy a nice break from reality. Either way, thanks for joining. Have a good night. Bye bye.